Welcome back, everybody. Holiday Doc here with another anticipated video that's kind of taking its sweet ass time getting out to you guys, and I apologize, but the baby came a little bit early, so some scheduling issues happened, and I definitely wasn't here to do any uploading. So let's talk about class setups. Everybody's been requesting MLG class setup, game battles, regular class setups, and the public room kind of leveling up class setups. So we're going to start with the most requested, and that is the MLG Variant game types. And I was lucky enough to get into some scrims to kind of test out my theories and kind of play around with it to make sure I wasn't giving you guys bad advice. And this is kind of what I've come up with. Now, first of all, this is not public room setups. So if you're already confused why I don't have any equipment selected, here's the reason why. In MLG game types, this is competitive gaming. You cannot use secondary launchers, Nova Gas, decoys. All equipment is banned. Warlords banned, second chance, grenade launchers, and flamethrowers. You can't use none of that. It's all been removed to increase the competitive level of this game. We want to remove anything that has issues with balancing. So obviously MLG and Game Battles decided this would be the best way to go about it, and they removed the things that they felt was necessary. So first off, my first class today is the objective class. Now this kind of switches up a little bit depending on the map I'm going to be playing, so I'm going to explain that as I go. Some things that are going to stay the same are my Semtex and concussions. Those are going to be pretty much the same throughout all my classes. I really don't like frags. It takes too long to cook them, to make them effective. People do and will throw them back at you if you just go ahead and throw them. But however, there is the exception to the rule, and that is pre-nades. You need that extra time limit, so things will change. Concussion nades are my best friend. I will always use them. They are the stuns. They will stun people for a duration of the time. It'll give me time to move around the map and also check around corners. So that'll all stay the same, and obviously no equipment. So let's talk about my gun choice. AK-74U with the grip is a beast in this game. This gun, to me, feels like an ACR on steroids. It's got more damage, and the accuracy is it's on par, The AK, for me, it gives you long range accuracy as well as close range up in your face, as well as a very powerful hipfire. It seems like Treyarch really likes to make games that cater to the hipfire. I don't know what it is or why they do it, but hey, I guess we can't complain. This game's obviously doing very well. Sales doubled. Well, not doubled, but did way better than Modern Warfare 2. So let's just hope they continue to fix the errors and the issues that we are having so far. And I think they've done a really good job with the guns. AK-74U, personal favorite of mine. My secondary, the Python with a speed loader. Speed loader, obviously you don't want to be reloading one bullet at a time. And I chose the gun because it is great up close and personal. I'm just going to spam it and get the kill. That's all you need. For me, I get the one kill with it, I pick up the enemy's gun, now I've got two primaries. That's kind of how I roll around as the objective player. Now let's go to our perks. Lightweight Pro, you're going to need the added speed movement. And second perk is going to switch up. Sometimes I'm going to use sleight of hand depending on the map, or sometimes I'm going to use steady aim. I haven't kind of come up with what I like better, but right now sleight of hand really it gives you that edge that you need coming out of a sprint. You get ADS up a lot quicker, and you're able to secure the kill before the enemy does. That is not factoring in hipfire kills, so steady aim might also be a valid option. Now, third perk is also going to change up depending on the map I'm playing. Large maps, I'm going to use Marathon Pro. This game doesn't have the enormous sound whoring that all the other Modern Warfare 2 or all the other Call of Duties have had. So you're able to actually change up a lot of your perks, which I find extremely rewarding. You're not stuck to using the same perk if you don't want to. Yes, people can hear you, but no, it's not nearly as effective as the last games. So I'm going to switch out Ninja Pro on larger maps where I do need the extra runtime. Okay, let's go down to my support class. For support class, this is I have two support classes, and this is the first of the two. This one's going to be up in the spawn, kind of supporting my rule guy, my objective player. You know, making sure spawns are clean, following him up on the tail, making sure he's not getting tagged from behind, and watching for those stuns. So I'm going to be wearing Flak Jacket Pro. You don't want to be getting naded. This definitely helps. Like, a nade literally has to stick to you to kill you with this Flak Jacket Pro on. Sleight of Hand, you want to be able to reload just as quick. And Ninja Pro for, you know, the stealthy needs and everything like that. You know, you're going to be up in their spawn for the most part. Going to be standing still a lot. You want to be able to amplify the enemy's footsteps to kind of zero in and get those kills. As a support player, you know, it's your job to keep that objective player alive. So you need every added kind of bonus you can get. And in this game, you know, you need all the help you can get. A lot of people are not digging it, but this is how it is so far. This is going to be my main Slayer class. The G11 is phenomenal. The recoil, the ammo capacity is just great. Works very well. Flak Jacket Pro, once again, don't want to be naded, especially if you're holding spawn or if you're holding positions. You know, getting naded out of them is usually the only way to get your main Slayers out of spots. So throwing on that Flak Jacket really creates the need for them to actually focus in on you and really take you down. Harden Pro, obviously people are going to be hiding behind objects. The damage increase through walls is going to be very beneficial. And Ninja Pro, obviously you're going to be standing still a lot, so you shouldn't really be moving. So why not amplify the enemy's footsteps? You know, give you that little bit of an edge. Fourth class is my second kind of support role. Now, the Galil, I don't know how to say it yet, so feel free, drop me shit in the comments. Like, I know it's going to happen, whatever. The Galil is one of my favorite guns. Outside of the AK and the G11, if I'm having issues, I drop back and I go to the Galil. And for my secondary, I'm using the CZ75. I find it's a good spam weapon as well, and also very good at range. And Frag and Willie Pete. Reason I'm using frags in the Willie Pete, obviously the Willie Pete's the smoke nade, to create obviously the second support role. So I want to make time for my objective player to get out of spawn or get out of areas that he needs to get cover. So I'm going to throw my smoke, give him some cover fire, and the frags is for pre-nades. There's a lot of really good pre-nades in this game so far, and the frag is what you need to get it done. So if I'm going to be running that class, this is what I'm going to be using: lightweight, hardened, and tactical mask. Tactical mask more so because in this kind of class setup, I'm going to be following the objective player around slightly more. So I want to be able to absorb those stun nades and be able to turn around quick and watch his back a bit more. This is for the games that you're having issues and you need that kind of almost a second objective player, just a little bit less in your face action. At the very bottom, we've got my second objective class, AK-74U with the grip again, but steady aim and tactical mask. Now for really short maps, you're going to notice that people are going to spawn and get those stun checks off right away. So the tactical mask definitely stops that ability for them to slow you down for extended periods of time. Steady Aim Pro I chose to throw on because this is a hipfire game. Why not add to the mayhem and just give you that little more action, or the steady aim, or the overpoweredness people are already saying, but I think it's good. So thank you so much for checking out this video. I'm going to probably update this in a month or so when things start to change and everybody starts to feel a bit more into the guns. Who knows, it might all change, who knows, it might not. Thanks again, Holiday Doc out.